All right.
In another story, though, deporting illegal immigrants convicted of crimes is racist, according to students at Georgetown University, when they think those ideas were from President Trump. Listen.
I think that policy comes from a place of white American nationalism.
Donald Trump has kind of embraced this rhetoric of racism and xenophobia that is not beneficial to our country.
This administration has totally not done anything moral.
This is really awful.
The only problem is the comments that they're reacting to are from President Obama in 2014.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
Okay, so how did they react when they found out that it wasn't Trump, it was Obama? Here with more is Campus Reform's Cabot Phillips. Cabot, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me on. Okay, so you just simply read a statement and you said this is from a president, and so they did the math. They figured, oh, that's got to be Donald Trump, right?
That's exactly what happened, and predictably, every student came out and said, this is white supremacist rhetoric, this is horrible, this is evil. And I've seen this. I've talked to thousands of students with Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. I've seen the rhetoric grow, and when you teach people to oppose things based simply on who's proposing them, based simply on who's saying them, in this case, Donald Trump, people get left out to dry. They realize that they hate things not because of the actual merit of the idea or the quote, but just because a president that they don't like said it. Watch what happened when I told these students that the white supremacist quote that they hated was actually from their beloved President Obama.
I'm going to show you the person that said that quote. Is that surprising?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why is that surprising?
Because I thought it was the Trump administration.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. I thought it was from Trump.
I didn't expect it to be Obama.
Do you think it's still a practice of white nationalism, though, to deport criminal illegal aliens?
I think the way Trump's doing it is.
Obama actually deported more people, though. So it's, in practice, it was more from Obama, though.
What's your question?
I mean, it just shows the hypocrisy in politics. So one person can say something 5 years ago, and next thing you know, it doesn't apply to them anymore.
Wow.
I think you could attribute a Mother Teresa quote to Donald Trump, and many college students would blindly say, well, that's evil. That's coming from a place of hatred. It's very sad to see just how intent people are on opposing everything he does. And also it shows, I think, how quickly the left has radicalized on immigration. 5 years ago, what every person could agree is reasonable, deporting people that have broken the law again and committed crimes, now that's considered racist. And I think it's the rhetoric of the left now to the point where you're either pro-illegal immigration or you're anti-immigrant. That's a false dichotomy, a false decision that many college students have been given, and I think it leads to this kind of rhetoric on campus.
Cabot, quick exit question. On the average campus, somewhere in the, let's say on the East Coast of the United States, what percentage of the students like Donald Trump and what percentage don't?
Well, it's incredibly hard to find out. That when people actually talk to me, across the board, they oppose him. But I think that a lot of that is because of the social pressure. They look around and they see what happens when people come out in support of him. They see the threats, they see the violence that comes against them. So I think there are a lot more students on college campuses that are willing to stand up, or that do support President Trump and what he's doing with the country, but are afraid to stand up. And that's why it's so important for us to make sure that people are bold on campus, to empower young conservatives on campuses, let them know they're not alone, and let them know that it's okay to stand up and have a contrary opinion. Those opinions should be welcomed on campus because that creates an environment of debate.
Cabot Phillips, great stuff. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Appreciate it.